everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Do you like stories about haunted locations? Or maybe tales of cryptids and spooky folklore from around the world? If so, why not tune in to Haunted Escapes with Chris and Diane, where all this and more will be discussed. New episodes drop every Sunday, the visual versions the following Friday on YouTube. So why not come join us on our Haunted Escapes?
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thank you, Sam. This came from falling down a rabbit hole, thanks to Megan, who asked for the I-70 Strangler, which started this rabbit hole. Enjoy. You know, sometimes you should be the one to open this, because this is something you are saying. Just because you wrote it down and I have to say it, that makes it I'm the one saying it.
I know. I like it.
It's your rabbit hole!
Well, now you get to join us.
I already did the Alice in Wonderland thing, and Megan was an amazing Alice.
This is true.
And you can listen to that on Retrostatic Radio. Steven Pennell, named the Route 40 Killer, was Delaware's only known serial killer in modern history. Well, it's Delaware.
It's Delaware.
I was gonna make, wow, really? But then I'm like, hey, we're in Delaware. What the hell are you gonna do in Delaware? Apparently not kill people. That's on November 29th. Cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, sorry, I did skip a paragraph. I'm sorry. Born November 22nd, 1957 in Glasgow, Delaware. Not much is known about him before he started his murder spree. Well, not spree. There is a difference between a murder spree. I messed that line up, because all you said was when he began his murders. I added spree. I apologize for all you nitpickers at home. On November 29th, 2 years before I was born, 1987, Shirley Anna Ellis, a 23-year-old nurse, was last seen leaving Wilmington Hospital. Her body was found by two boys alongside of Route 40. She was partially nude with her hands and feet tied with tape. Scotch or duct?
I would assume duck.
I would assume duct, and it's duct.
Sorry. They said adhesive tape, so
But that could also be adhesive tape.
Yeah,
I know duct tape is
adhesive tape,
but duct tape is duct tape.
I know.
There were no signs of sexual assault, but she was severely beaten with a string tied around her neck, and her head was beaten with a hammer. On June 28, 1988, 31-year-old Catherine DeMauro was last seen around 11:30 p.m., walking down Route 40. Her body was found by a construction worker at 6:25 a.m. She was naked, again no signs of sexual assault. She, like Ellis, was beaten by a hammer and strangled. DeMauro was covered in blue fibers. Hey, is this the... Was he ever caught or no?
Yes, he was caught.
Okay. Because, no, that was red fibers.
It was red fibers.
Because I'm picturing the FBI Files episode.
Yes.
In my, it is vivid.
Yeah, I'm going to probably have to start watching the Forensic Files to get episode ideas.
Cool, cool. We can always turn this into, let's review that Unsolved Mysteries. Actually, there's 3 or 4 podcasts that already do updates to Unsolved Mysteries, and I think That's actually really cool to me. Especially since that Unsolved Mysteries reboot thing was shit. I'm sorry. That's its own rant.
It is.
It might be a bonus episode, us just talking about Unsolved Mysteries. Because it is where we got a lot of our...
Start.
It's where 90% of people from the ages of, like, 30 to 40 at this stage got their start with true crime.
Yeah.
I would assume people in their 50s also, because... But
it did air it.
It was, you know, even if there are people in their 50s now, they were, you know, born in...
They were teenagers.
And that's exactly... I mean, like, Mom watched it.
Yep.
And
so that
she just turned 60. Oh, God, we're old.
I'm 30.
Quiet, you're 36.
Are you sure?
No. No, I'm not. No, you're 37 and I'm 34. We're in 2024 now.
Oh, so we're returning this. No, I'll be turning 38. Never mind.
I was about to say.
No.
No, we turn the year that's about to happen a month before the year happens. For the rest of that year, though, we are that age.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know what I mean. It's a problem about being born at the ass end of the year.
It is.
Where the hell was I? Okay, Blue Fibers. Special police forces, along with the FBI's profiling unit, concluded that a serial killer was operating in close proximity to Route 40. Police and federal agents disguised themselves as sex workers in attempt to gain information. You always forget one word, but that word is the linchpin word to connect the whole sentence. We need to work on your Schoolhouse Rock songs again.
Okay.
Even with over 60 people being in the task force, nothing came of it. On August 22nd, 1988, Margaret Finner, a 27-year-old sex worker, disappeared. A number of witnesses had seen her enter a blue Ford driven by a white man near Route 13. 3 months later, her body was discovered by a hunter near the Chesapeake, Delaware Canal. Finner was identified using dental records. On September 14, 1988, Renee Tachner, an undercover cop posing as a sex worker, roamed Route 40 in an attempt to capture the killer. After passing cars, she noticed a blue Ford 7 times in 20 minutes. She moved to a more isolated area where the vehicle pulled up to her. The driver was white. Thatcher noticed the blue carpet in the car. The man appeared nervous, not looking her in the eye. He tried to convince her to get into the car. Claiming to be tired, she refused, though she did get some carpet fibers and write down the plate. The vehicle came back to Steven Pennell, a 31-year-old electrician, married father of 2 with no criminal record. On September 16, 1988, Michelle Gordon, a 22-year-old sex worker, disappeared along Route 40. Witnesses saw her get into a blue Ford, identified as a panel car. I don't know, I've never heard of it. A panel car, if I recall, is like a truck. It's like a panel van. It's
a panel van. What they called it is a panel car, and later they actually identify it as a panel van. So it's actually a van.
Yeah. Man, they've given like 4 different... You've given me like 4 different descriptions of this vehicle.
Yep.
And that is why it is sometimes hard for cops to find the right vehicle. Because someone can say panel car, you can be like, what the fuck's a panel car? There's a blue Ford over there. Is that a panel car? I don't know. Her body was... I hate when I make light of something, and then we jump back to, oh right, she's dead. Her body was found on the rocks in the Chesapeake, Delaware Canal on September 20th. The autopsy found her drugged on cocaine, which stopped her heart before the torture. On September 23rd, Kathleen Meyer disappeared. A police officer saw her enter a blue Ford on Route 40. The plates came back to Pennell. Her body was never found. Delaware Public Prosecutor Charles Oberly approved the police search warrant on the panel van. That makes sense. At the same time, looking for other offenses to arrest Pennell. Searching the vehicle, blood and hair matching victims were found. along with the same type of tape used in DeMauro's murder, was also found. A torture kit was found that included pliers, whips, handcuffs, needles. This list goes on. Oh God, there's more commas, knives, and restraints. Thank you for not going deeper into that. Wait, he had handcuffs and restraints?
Yeah.
Would that be like the restraint being like he had rope or something?
Rope or zip ties.
Suffering succotash, Sylvester. Something's wrong with your mouth.
Zip ties.
Hey, cool. Pennell was arrested November 29th, 1988. 1 year before I was born. Please tell me he didn't die also, because then we can get into the... Well, did you get reincarnated as him? No, I haven't killed hookers yet.
This is true.
Anyways, he was arrested November 29th, 1988 for the murders of Ellis, DeMauro, and Gordon. He invoked his right to remain silent. How long did that last? Beginning of the trial saw the panel of defense attorney argued the initial fiber taken by Officer Tasher was illegally obtained. Judge Richard Gebeline dismissed the claim, stating the carpet was visible to Tachner, and soon as the door was open. Once fibers were examined, it was shown the fibers had DNA from the victims. It was the first trial in U.S. history that used DNA evidence as absolute legal evidence. Also, you say his name here too, and it's Gebeline. Gebeline set legal precedents after listening to multiple experts on the topic. On November 23, 1989, the jury reached a decision and convicted him of DeMauro and Ellis, but did acquit him of Gordon's murder due to lack of evidence. The jury did not recommend death, but 2 life sentences. After the verdict, a bouquet of flowers showed up to the prosecutor's office with a note reading, "You made us feel human again," from the women of Route 40. Pennell's lawyer appealed the court's decision on the grounds that the fiber was not obtained legally. The court dismissed it again. Based on new evidence introduced, Pennell was convicted of Gordon and Myers' murders. At this point, Pennell dismissed his lawyer and requested to represent himself. The court approved. Oh, Jesus. I love it when they defend themselves.
I do too.
In a shocking move, he announced that he wanted the death penalty. He argued that the entire Constitution began with a verse from the Hebrew Bible, and as soon as the court had found the 2 witnesses who could testify to his guilt, he deserved the death penalty under the Bible's laws. He cited 2 passages from the Bible to explain his position. I mean, it's a bold move, Cotton. On October 31st, 1991, the court sentenced Pennell to death. Under Delaware state constitution, every death penalty verdict required a further hearing from the U.S. Supreme Court. Sorry, probably the Delaware State Supreme Court. I apologize. On February 11th, 1992, Pennell appeared before the Supreme Court. He demanded that he be sentenced to death. He is the only defendant in Delaware... Go get him, Tiger. He is the only defendant in Delaware's legal history to represent himself before the Supreme Court, and the only man convicted to willingly seek the death penalty. It's either that or be trapped in Delaware. Let's be real here. In contrast, he pleaded not guilty to the murders and spoke of the killer in the third person, saying that the killer was enjoying the process of the murder, but not the murder itself. The Delaware State Attorney General objected to the death penalty, but the judge sentenced him to death regardless. His execution was set for March 14th, 1992. 2 people filed appeals to Pennell's execution. Both were unanimously dismissed by the court. Vera Pennell, his wife, appealed the decision, with help from the local branch of the American Citizens Association and a law professor who argued that Pennell was insane and did not understand the gravity of his actions, that the trial should be reopened and Pennell barred from representing himself. That was also rejected by the Supreme Court. Many reporters requested interviews in hopes of finding Myers' body. When his execution date came closer, he accepted an interview with his attorney present. Himself?
No, a real one.
Oh, he got a real one?
He had a real one.
I thought you were trying to be coy here.
No.
His attorney was present because it was him. He gave no new information. On March 14th, 1992, at 9:49 a.m., Pennell was executed by lethal injection. He was the first person in Delaware in 46 years and the 165th person to be executed in the United States since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. His last meal was crab cakes, steaks, corn on the cob, french fries, bread, and butter, of course, and a nice tasty cola.
I like his last meal.
Honestly, that actually sounds pretty nice.
I
I haven't had a good crab cake in forever, though.
Nah, I want a lobster roll.
Oh, man.
I gotta go out to Cape Cod and get myself a lobster roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Some of us never got to be snooty on the coast.
Only been once.
Doesn't matter. You literally just said the richest, whitest girl thing you have ever said. Oh, I must go back to Cape Cod for the lobster rolls.
They taste really good.
I bet they do. They're right on the coast. So that has to be like a really good fucking lobster roll.
It really is. Anyways, back to Delaware, boy.
That's what you get for marrying Italians. And Italian.
And Italian.
I find his murders meh. Not to make light of the fact of the people who died. I know that some people have brought up that sometimes we can be a little we, being me, can be callous about the deaths. And that is because I am disconnected because I am reading a script, so emotion can't really convey.
Right.
And I like bringing levity to it. Because when I feel negative emotions, I bring levity to it. So if I feel sad about someone's death, I have to
make a joke out
make
of
a
it.
joke. It's my defense mechanism. But it was a bold move, but I loved his move about
how he ended up getting himself killed.
Like,
he was originally given 2 life sentences.
And then he turned around and said, 2 life sentences in a Delaware prison. No, I would like to die. But you know what? Again, it is one of those really interesting things where it's like, was he crazy? No. He had cognitive faculties.
Yes.
To be able to turn around and be like, oh, here's the weird thing. If he didn't have a succinct reason to say he wanted the death penalty, he probably could have gotten an appeal or something. Like, not an appeal to his life sentences, but he could have gotten probably a retrial or something like that.
Right.
Because the second he turned around and said, I'm representing myself, here is all my logical reasons why you should kill me.
Sorry.
Suddenly it turns into, wow, he actually used his brain. You're clearly not crazy. Now, if he represented himself and turned around and said, you should kill me because the archdemon Beelzebub keeps telling me I need to poke out the eyes of nuns, then there's a case of, there's a case of he's going too over the top, because that's something that a lot of people don't realize when it comes to, like, reasons of insanity. They always go for the I shit my pants in public insanity, not the logic insanity.
I get you.
Again, it's that logic train we keep talking about.
It is.
This is 20 minutes long. Wonder if it's actually going to be under 15 minutes when you're done editing.
Who knows?
So anyways, I like the Route 40 murderer. That only, not his murders. He's the opposite of how you feel about Call. Call started interesting and then it kind of...
He got interesting at the end.
He got interesting after he got caught.
Yes, he got interesting after he got caught. It was a rabbit hole.
I can understand the rabbit holes. Maybe, what are we doing next time?
I think it is...
Ivan Hill. The 60 freeway... Hey, was your rabbit hole happen to be on roads with serial killers?
Yes.
I can tell. But with that, I'm AJ Carey.
And I'm Sam Rossi.
Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio. Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the wheel of randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.